Some moments change your life forever. Not because of what happens, but because of who is watching when it happens. Her 40th birthday was supposed to be simple. That was the word her husband used. Simple. A private hall in a luxury restaurant. Close friends, family, soft music, nothing dramatic. Yet everything about the room felt heavy. Crystal chandeliers hung low, reflecting light off polished marble floors. The guests smiled politely, sipping drinks they didn't pay for, whispering compliments that felt rehearsed. At the center of it all stood Ariana, calm, graceful, wearing a navy blue dress she chose herself. No designer labels, no jewelry loud enough to demand attention, just present. Her 3 daughters stood beside her, identical triplets with dark eyes and matching braids. 10 years old, observant, silent. They sensed something was wrong. Her husband, Marcus, hadn't smiled once that evening. He stayed close to his mother, speaking in hushed tones, glancing at his wife like she was already gone. Ariana noticed. She noticed everything. Years of quiet observation had trained her that way. The music faded. A fork tapped a glass. Marcus's mother stood up. Evelyn was a woman who believed authority came from volume, and wealth came from entitlement. She wore confidence like armor and cruelty like perfume. "Everyone," she said brightly, "thank you for coming." Applause followed, hesitant, uneven. She lifted a gift box from the table, thin, flat. "This," Evelyn continued, "is something very special from the family." Ariana felt her daughters tighten their grip. She smiled reassuringly and stepped forward. The box was placed in her hands. "Go on," Evelyn urged. "Open it." Ariana did. The paper slid away. The words stared back at her. "Petition for dissolution of marriage." The room froze. Someone gasped. Ariana didn't. Her daughters looked up at her, confused, frightened. "Mama," one whispered. Marcus remained silent. Evelyn smiled wider. "Well," she said, "we thought honesty was the best birthday gift. The humiliation wasn't accidental. It was carefully planned. If you love these stories, then like and subscribe my channel." So let's move to the story. What people often misunderstand about quiet women is that silence is rarely emptiness. Ariana didn't scream. She didn't cry. She didn't ask why. Because she already knew. For 10 years, she had lived inside a house where respect was conditional and affection was strategic. Marcus liked to tell people he handled everything. The finances, the investments, the decisions. He enjoyed the applause. He enjoyed being seen as the provider. What he didn't enjoy was being questioned. So Ariana stopped questioning out loud. Instead, she listened. She remembered how years ago, when she'd suggested investing in emerging tech, Marcus laughed. "Stick to the kids," he'd said. She did. And while raising triplets, she learned. At night, early mornings, between school runs and birthdays, she studied market, learned logistics, built connections. She invested small amounts at first, money she earned quietly, consulting anonymously, advising startups that never knew her face. Failures taught her patience. Success taught her silence. By the time Marcus noticed her confidence, it was too late. She had built an empire that did not require his permission. But standing there, holding divorce papers at her birthday party, none of that mattered. What mattered were the eyes of her daughters, watching their mother be tested. Evelyn cleared her throat. "Well?" she demanded. "Aren't you going to say something?" Marcus finally spoke. "This is over, Ariana. Sign the papers. Don't make a scene." Ariana looked at him, truly looked, at the man she once believed would protect her. "You planned this," she said calmly. He didn't deny it. Guests shifted uncomfortably. Phones were lowered, but not all the way. Ariana placed the papers back into the box. "I won't sign tonight," she said. Evelyn scoffed. "You don't have a choice." Ariana smiled. "Yes," she replied softly. "I do." She reached into her bag and removed her phone. One call. That was it. Within minutes, the restaurant manager approached, visibly shaken. "There are executives here asking for you," he whispered. Marcus laughed nervously. "Executives? From where?" The doors opened. 3 men and 1 woman entered, dressed sharply, confidence unmistakable. They didn't look at Marcus. They walked directly to Ariana. "Ma'am," the woman said respectfully, "the board meeting is ready. We've been waiting." Ariana nodded. "Thank you." The room erupted in confusion. Evelyn's smile vanished. Marcus's face drained of color. "What is this?" he demanded. Ariana turned slowly. "This," she said, "is the part you were never interested in." Ariana faced the room. "I never wanted to explain myself," she said. "But since tonight is about honesty," she paused. "For the past decade I have funded, and led multiple companies across technology, infrastructure, and global trade. Whispers filled the room. Marcus shook his head. You're lying. One of the executives stepped forward. She is the majority owner and CEO of the Aurora Group, gasped. That group manages assets valued at approximately $17 billion. Silence. Evelyn collapsed into her chair. Marcus stared at the papers in his hands, the same papers he thought would strip her of everything. You used me, he whispered. Ariana shook her head. No, you ignored me. She looked at her daughters. Come on, she said gently. As they walked toward the exit, Ariana stopped. Oh, she added, turning back. The businesses your family relies on for income? She smiled. They're subsidiaries of mine. The divorce was finalized quietly. No scandals, no interviews, no revenge. Ariana didn't need it. Her daughters moved into a home filled with laughter instead of tension. Marcus learned humility the hard way. Evelyn learned that power borrowed can disappear overnight. And Ariana? She stepped into the light. Not to boast, but to build. She funded education programs, created mentorship networks, gave women the tools she never had. On her 41st birthday, there was no audience, just peace, and 3 daughters who knew exactly who their mother was, not because of money, but because she never needed to raise her voice to prove her worth.